Hello everyone and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and we are in the Keller kitchen again. So today we are going to be making something from the Cooking with Deadpool cookbook. This is called I'm a Real Fungi. It's pretty funny. Okay, so basically I kind of like this recipe because I actually used to work at a restaurant that used to make steaks and stuff, and one of the things that they used to make to put on top of the steak was this like sauteed mushroom, and I love those mushrooms. I actually still make them today, and I worked at that restaurant basically as a teenager. So I still make those mushrooms today. They're my favorite, so it'll be interesting to see if I like these better or not, because I've never really tried them a different way besides that. Okay, so first of all, I also want to apologize ahead of time if I'm talking loudly. I am having problems with my ears, so everything sounds kind of funny and personified, so I apologize ahead of time if I'm extra loud today. I'm always loud, but just in case I'm extra loud. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is get some mushrooms. It says to get about 1.5 pounds. I think this is actually just a pound, but this is plenty. And you're going to clean them and then stem them. Now, if you've never stemmed a mushroom before, I left one so that you would have it, so you could see it. You basically just take it and just push on the stem and it'll break right off. And you've got the head and the stem, okay? And you're supposed to save both of them, but you're still separating them. So you can, both of them are gonna go in the pan. Okay, then you're gonna take a skillet on your stove and start heating it up. And to this skillet, you are going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Oh, that's not open yet. Okay. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So here's 1 tablespoon, 1 ring-a-dinging, 2 ringy-dingy. There we go. All right, and then you're also going to put in this 3 tablespoons of salted butter. Okay. Without the wrapper. That would be nice. Okay, there we go. All right, and you're basically going to cook this until the butter begins to foam. So that's going to take a little bit. I'm just going to stir it around. La 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 la. So, how was your day today? Was it lovely? Mine was very hot. I spit in a car. My face is probably all red. Did you know that I can burn through a car window? Yeah. It's awful. I have to make sure I'm not facing the sun wherever I'm parked. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And they're supposed to be UV protected. Not enough. I still burn. Yep, still burn. All right, here we go. So we're getting this. It's getting foamy. Perfect. Okay, so we're getting little foamy bubbles in the butter, which is what you want. Awesome. Okay, so once you get those foamy bubbles, you're gonna go ahead and add 8 tablespoons of minced garlic, which I have here. You know, I should really just buy minced garlic in a jar. I know it's not as fresh, but it's much easier than having to chop this up or use the choppy thing, which always gets clogged up and is a pain in the butt. Okay, so you're gonna add the garlic in and then you're gonna saute that until it's translucent. Okay, it shouldn't take very long. Still got butter melting. There's a fly. Oh no. I don't like flies while I'm cooking. All right, so let's get this moving around here. As you can tell, it's quiet in my house. Do you want to know why? Oh, well, I think my son is probably either upstairs sleeping or he's just playing video games quietly. Most likely sleeping because he seems to take a nap. You know, he's autistic, so he doesn't really, he has a weird sleep schedule. And my 2 daughters, my 18-year-old daughter took my 14-year-old daughter to go see their 20-year-old sister, and they took the dog with them. So no barks, no yaps. Yep. So they're over visiting their older sister, and they took the puppy with them. And I've got a quiet house right after work. Do you know how rare that is? I'm telling you, it's rare. So I have 5 kids, just so you all know. I'm down to 3 left in the house. My oldest son has my first granddaughter, might be my only granddaughter. My oldest daughter has my 2 grand dogs, and she bought a house herself already. And then I have my 18-year-old my 18-year-old daughter, who I don't know, she may live here for the next 10 years, who knows. And then my younger son, who's autistic and has some medical issues, and he probably will most likely live with us or one of his brothers or siblings, brothers or sisters, for I don't know that he'll ever live on his own. He can, but he has to have like a guardian. And then I have my youngest daughter, who's 14, and though I think she'll probably go on her own eventually, she really likes to vacation with us, so she may live here for a while. Who knows? All right, so on with the I'm a real fungi. Okay, so we've got the garlic looking nice and translucent. So now you're gonna go ahead and add your mushroom caps and stems to that. Okay, dump those in there. All right, and now you are going to cook these until they're brown and have absorbed most of the butter, okay? And we'll just cook these around. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, and it just says to stir them occasionally. So we'll just let them sit. Okay, so what's it mean if the butter's already absorbed and they just got in there, so they're not brown yet? So I'll tell you about the way that I usually make them. And this one is supposed to make kind of like a sauce, which is really cool, which so does the one that I make. It's just kind of like a more of a steakier mushroom. This is actually kind of made to eat by itself. It says to use like a crusty piece of bread to absorb some of the sauce. But the way that I make them is I slice them up, stems and all, into small slices. I do use butter in the bottom of the pan, but we add some minced garlic, but we also add Lowry salt to that. And basically you put the butter in the pan and you put the sliced mushrooms in, you start kind of stirring them up, and then you add the Lowry salt and the minced garlic and you stir that all up. And then once the mushrooms start getting soft, you're actually supposed to add a little bit of some kind of alcohol and flame it, kind of catch it on fire for a minute. I don't do that part just because I don't really want to have flames in my house if I don't have to, especially since most of this is all wood. A little bit scary. And we also don't have a hood over our oven that, kind of exhausts stuff. So I don't usually do that. I usually just leave it without the alcohol in it. But so that's the way I do it. It makes a little bit of a sauce, and then you put that on top of your steak, and they're soft and yummy and delicious, and I love it. And I use Lowry salt in a lot of things, a lot more than just that. So we'll see. Like I said, that's my favorite way to eat them. I like to cook them that way. So we'll see if this is any comparison to that. It's a little bit like it. This is going to use an alcohol here in a little bit, but you don't catch it on fire. So we'll see how it's going to use a vermouth, which I have never used. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know a lot about it. So when I have to go into the liquor store to go buy alcohol, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm looking for. It's really fun. All right, so we're gonna keep. Now, here's the thing. I bought baby Bella mushrooms. So how am I gonna tell when they're brown? They're already brown. Whew. That might be a little bit difficult. All right. Well, they're starting to look, okay, I see. They're starting to look a little brown here. There we go. Now let's flip that one over. And give them a few more minutes. All right. Well, I guess we're just waiting. Shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think. Okay, so what am I going to have with this tonight? Well, I actually bought chicken fingers from Walmart. So I'm gonna cut up some bread, and if they want to make a chicken finger sandwich, they can have a chicken finger sandwich with a side of mushrooms, or they can just use the bread and put the mushrooms on that, or dip the bread in the mushrooms. and eat the chicken fingers by themselves. And plus we have a bunch of leftovers. We still have the pink stuff from Dollywood left over, and we have veggies and dip left over, so you know, a lot of stuff to eat tonight. You got to use up them leftovers. Try not to waste too much food. Okay, there we go. These are nice and brown now. Okay, so then once you get that brown, you're going to add some salt, and it's just to your taste, how much ever you want to put in. Okay. Some salt, and then you're supposed to put in some red pepper flakes. Now, depending on how hot you want these, it says to use 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. Now, you know me, if you've watched my other videos, I'm not big on hot, so we're gonna do 1/4 for me, but you're more than welcome to do 1/2 for yourself. Awesome. Okay. And then you're also going to add the vermouth. Now, you're supposed to do the vermouth to kind of deglaze the pan. So a lot of times when you're cooking with butter or anything, you'll get, you know, some brown stuff on there. Okay? So you kind of just usually go around the edge of the pan so that the liquid kind of goes around and down. Okay? So you're going to put 1/4 cup of the vermouth in. And like I said, you're just going to go in. Go around the edge of the pan here. Try to deglaze it a little. Awesome. Okay. Now you're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. Okay. And then once that 5 minutes is up, you're going to remove it from the heat. And then like it says, you can serve it with a piece of crusty bread, which I actually still have the Anadama bread from the other night. Crusty bread. So I'm going to cut some slices out of that, and that's what we're going to use. Nothing like using the leftovers from all the recipes you've made. Works good. All right. All right, you guys. So once that 5 minutes is up, we'll be back, and we'll try them and see how they taste, and I'll let you know if they're any comparison to the ones that I usually make. So we'll be back. All right, you guys, so they're all nice and done. You can see them here. They're nice and brown, looking good, steamy hot. All right, and I have got one on my spoon here that I've let cool off a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and try this, and let's see if it's as good as mine. Okay. It's not bad, but I still think if you put some Lowry salt on there, a little bit better. But it's still pretty good. I really like it. So these can be served, like I said, you can just use a piece of crusty bread to kind of absorb up some of the sauce if you want, or you can probably just put it over top of the bread too if you want to do that. I'm sure you could serve these perfectly well with steaks if you like that kind of thing. I love mushrooms on top of my steaks. So if you like that, you can have that too. Ooh, there is a little bit of spice though from the red pepper flakes. Oh, just a little bit. Okay. All right, so that's it for today, you guys. This is I'm a Real Fungi from the Deadpool cookbook. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't want to. Everybody have a good day. Happy cooking, and we'll see you later. Bye.